Welcome to day 14 of Journey and Healing of the Soul. It is your boy, Journeyman Bell, aka Mr. 100. I'm coming to you on today on Is Your Soul Prospering? I think this scripture speaks a lot to the soul's success place. When I say the soul's success place, I'm dealing in the areas of your mind, your will, and your emotions. Finding a place of success, finding a place of progress, finding a place of coming from and moving to a place of of greater for your life. And so a lot of times we look at what's around us as successful, but we never ever look at what's in us as a place of success. And this is the part that makes everything so difficult, because everybody will compete with things around them, but they will never ever battle for the things on the inside. The fight on the inside is greater than your battle on this side here. So these plaques on the wall, these degrees and things that you see, mean absolutely nothing. Do you hear what I'm saying? They mean absolutely nothing if what's inside of you here is not successful, if what's inside of you here is not successful, if your mind, your will, and your emotion has not found a place of success and progression, then everything else that you do is non-beneficial. So let's look at it real quick on today as we look in 3rd John, very familiar for those that know their Bible. 3rd John, the 1st chapter, the 2nd verse. So let's go in real quickly into this. Not going to be long. Thank God for this opportunity. Thank God for those that are listening and sharing this. 3rd John 1. 3rd John 1 and 2 says this. Verse 2 says, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. He says, I wish above all things that you may prosper, that you may succeed. Boy, I tell you, so much is this wrapped up into that just alone. Success, as I said before, is something that we have to consider on the inside of us. And if your soul is successful, then so is everything else. Well, watch this. Let's go into this real quickly. When we look at this word prosper, of course, we think a lot of times it's dealing on a monetary level, on that kind of level. But watch this. Here's what the word prosper means. It means you do. It means you will do, which means to grant a prosperous and expeditious journey. To lead by a direct and easy way. Watch this. It means also to grant a successful issue. Hear what I'm saying? It means to grant a successful issue. He says that I wish above all things that you will be successful in your issues of life. That's why I said that a lot of times we miss how valuable our abilities of success is. That when you learn how to solve issues of having self-control, when you learn how to solve issues on how to forgive properly, when you learn how to solve issues on battling issues in your mind of frustration, overcoming depression, overcoming anger, overcoming sadness, all these different elements that bring us all kind of places that take away from our soul. He said that when you are granted success in issues, it causes you to be successful. Watch this. Have you ever just had an issue with your anger, and you were finally able to not do what you normally said you were going to do? and not use those words that you normally say that you normally would use, or the actions that you would normally do with your kids, with your husband, with your wife, with coworkers, with your church family, whatever. What you would normally do is get upset and get all frustrated and burn out. But the writer is saying that when you learn how success is granted to you with this issue, watch this. This is so powerful to me that it blessed me in such a way. He says that once you gain access to that, then you are considered prosperous. Watch this. It's also dealing with the way you handle a course of conduct. It's a manner in which you deal with it. This is considered successful. When you deal with your behaviors, I told you it's about the mind, the will, and your emotions. This right here, this soul place that you deal with on a continual is the matter of your execution of what it is you think and what it is you feel and what it is you're determined to do. This is your soul. When you got saved, you made a soul choice. Come on now. You made a soul choice to accept the Lord. This was this was not so much you were led by God, and I'm not saying that you were not at all, but I am saying that the elements of God leading you to him and the elements of you responding is the predication upon your soul's operation. Your soul operates is the full manifestation of what it is you feel, what it is you think, what it is that you say, what it is, how it is that you process things. Your soul is the prioriter of those actions. And so he says that I wish above all that you may be granted success in your issues. God has given us the ability to be successful in our issues. Let me finish this because there's a reason why I went this way. But he says, watch this. He says, I wish that you would be granted success in your issues, prosperous. Then he says also to be in health. Not only does he want you to be successful in your issues, but watch this, is to be in health means what? To be sound and of a good nature. It also means to deal with one who keeps the graces and is strong, the one who understands the graces of God, the one that understands that the soundness in which you make your decisions. So not only is God going to give you that through your operation of your soul succeeding, through your granted access of success in your issues, but also when you were able to make decisions with a sober mindset. Listen, watch this. So many of us make decisions in ourselves, but we are intoxicated by our circumstance. Catch that. If you know anything about an alcoholic, they are drinking and they can't see correctly, they can't think correctly, they can't process what's going on around them correctly, and all they're doing is they just blurting out the first thing that comes out of their mouth. The writer John is saying, listen, I not only want you to be granted success with your issues that's around you, but I also want you to be able to make sound decisions with your issues. If you're not sound in your issues, if you're not whole in your issues, guess what? Catch this note right here. If you're not making decisions with a wholeness, what kind of decisions are you making in your half-hearted places? Do you hear what I'm saying? If you're not making sound decisions of wholeness, what kind of decisions have you been making in your life at this point in juncture of your life? What have you been doing with a half full soul decision? What have you been doing in your half-hearted places? Because your soul is not complete. So therefore, you're not making sound decisions. You're only making decisions off of what you feel. You base relationships off of how you feel. You base circumstances off how you feel half the time. You base all of what it is you're doing right now, because if your soul is not complete, the success of your issues and the soundness of mind is going to be unfruitful. Let me finish this real fast. It says that I wish above all things that you would prosper and be sound, even as thy soul prospereth. Even as you continue to deal with issues, even though you continue, because this is a journey. We have to realize that this is a journey, and issues are going to continually come in your life. But how you alter the decisions are based upon where your soul place is, where your mind, where your will, and where's your emotions, where your passions is. Those things are predicated on your success place. Your success place of your soul is predicated upon how you deal with these issues that's been granted to you, how you deal with this success that's been granted to you, how you deal with the soundness that's been given to you. All of that is predicated upon how successful your soul is. That's why he says that as your soul goes, so does your health, and so does your success in your issues. Everything else happens secondary besides your success of your soul. That's why he says, I wish above all things. Come on now. He says this, listen, if you're not successful in your issues, and you're not successful in your soul, and you're not successful in your mind, your will, your emotions, if you're not successful there, then how can you possibly be successful in anything else that you do in life? How is it possible that you can be successful in these awards here? And how can you be successful in that place, but on the inside you feel depleted? You feel like you are never enough. You feel like you don't qualify. You feel the low self-esteem. You feel the negativity concerning yourself. Why? Because what's inside of you has not been fully restored. What's inside of you has not been fully been filled to the capacity to where in here is successful. So no matter what's going on outside of here, I'm successful inside, and therefore everything else will be successful around me. Let me tell you how powerful, thank you, Lord. Let me tell you how powerful it is when your soul continues to be successful. When your soul continues to find places of replenishment and restoration and success, all your issues that come in life, you look at them completely differently. You don't look at being in debt as a struggle to get back on top. You don't look at when somebody else gets placed ahead of you as a place of promotion that was an unfair thing. When your soul finds a place of success, it does not examine life the same way. Why? Because if we're not sound in our mind, then we'll look at situations and feel unjustified. We'll feel that the injustice of us. We'll feel that we were not treated properly. We'll feel like we've been left on the back burner. We'll feel like we got sidestepped and hoodwinked and mishandled and misused. But when your soul is successful and full, I love that. When your soul is full, all the decisions that go on around you, you make it differently. He says that I wish above all that you would prosper and be in health, in soundness, in it. That means get in there. Conditioning for greatness inside. Even as your soul prospers. He is just giving you that the only way everything else is going to be successful is if this soul, it continues to find a healing and continues to find restoration and soundness. He says everything else will fall into place beyond that. That's got to be powerful to you, that we start to search within so that we can truly find the success of our life. My question to you on today is Is your soul prosperous? Think about it. I'm coming back tomorrow, y'all. Y'all stay tuned. I love you. Be at peace. God bless.